Hello viewers, I am Kausalya. Today we are going to solve problems in exercise 15.1 probability. We start with problem 18. A box contains 90 discs which are numbered from 1 to 90. If one disc is drawn at random from the box, find a probability that it bears a two-digit number. Second one is a perfect square number and third one is a number divisible by 5. So here totally we have numbers from 1 to 90. Okay, that is totally we have 90 discs. So we are selecting one disc at random and we are asked to find a probability that we have selected a disc that has a two-digit number. Right. So here the first thing is the total number of discs here is 90, which means that the number of possible outcomes are 90 because we have only 90 discs. Now let E1 be the event that the disc bears a two-digit number. So here number of events favorable to E1 is 81. Here the thing is very simple. You see, you have to start from 1 and you have to extend up to 90. Okay, you have to include all the numbers. So here two-digit number. So from 1 to 90, how many two-digit numbers do we have? Here it is very simple. That is numbers from 10 to 90. Am I right? Because 10 is the first two-digit number, right? From 10 to 90, all are two-digit numbers. So numbers from 10 to 90. Okay. So here you can make a count. When you count from 10 to 90, you will be having 81. Or simply, totally we are having 90. From this 90, how many one-digit number we have? We have one-digit number only 9. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Totally we are having only 9 one-digit numbers. So when you subtract 90 minus 9, then obviously we are having 81 two-digit numbers. Right, it's up to you. You can choose any way, but here the answer, here the number should be 81. So number of events favorable to E1 is 81. So probability of E1 is probability of selecting a two-digit number. So here number of outcomes favorable to E1 divided by number of possible outcomes. So here the possible outcomes are 90 and the outcomes favorable to E1 are 81. So 81 by 90, when you solve, here the answer is 9 by 10. Now the second option is selecting a perfect square. So here you see, let E2 be the event that the disc bears a perfect square number. So regarding a perfect square number, what are all the perfect squares? You see, starting from 1, you just write, okay, 1 square, 2 square, up to 9 square. Because here 9 square is nothing but 81. When you move to 10 square, it becomes 100. Here we are selecting numbers, that is we are having numbers only from 1 to 90. Right. So here we are limiting with 9 square. So it is 81. Right. So number of outcomes favorable to E2. How many outcomes we are having here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Totally 9 outcomes. So here probability of E2 is probability of a perfect square number. So probability of E2 is given by number of outcomes favorable to E2 divided by number of possible outcomes. So here how many outcomes favorable to E2? We are having 9. So here it is 9 by 90, right? Possible outcomes are 90 because totally we have only 90 discs. Among 90 discs, we have 9 discs that holds a perfect square. So once you solve here, we are ending up with the answer 1 by 10. Now we are going to the third part of this question, a number divisible by 5. So again, let E3 be the event that the disc bears a number divisible by 5. So what are all the numbers divisible by 5 from 1 to 90? Just list out all the numbers. So here the numbers ranges from 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80 and 85, 90. So just count. How many numbers do we have? We have 18 numbers. So number of outcomes favorable to E3 is equal to 18. So probability of E3 is probability of a number divisible by 5. So here number of outcomes favorable to E3 divided by number of possible outcomes. So here outcomes favorable to E3 are 18 and total possible outcomes are 90. So 18 by 90. Once you solve, here we get the answer 2 by 10. Again when you solve by 2, it is 1 by 5. So probability of E3 here is 1 by 5. So this problem is over. We will proceed with our next one. So problem 19. A child has a die whose 6 faces show the letters as given below. The die is thrown once. What is the probability of getting A? And the second one is D. So a child has a die. As we all know, a die has 6 faces. In all the 6 faces, here we have letters, okay, not numbers. So the letters are A, B, C, D, E and again A. Now we are going to find a probability of getting A as well as D. Here a die is thrown only once, okay, this is very important. It is thrown only once. So here, how many letters do we have here? We have 6 letters. So number of letters is 6, which means that number of possible outcome is equal to 6. So here the first option is the die shows A. Right. So how many A we have? Among these 6 letters we have 2A. Okay. 1, 2. So you see, let E1 be the event of getting A. And number of outcomes favorable to E1. Okay, that is favorable of getting A is 2. Because here we have 2 A's among the 6 letters. So probability of E1 is probability of A. So here it is number of outcomes favorable to E1 divided by number of possible outcomes. So just substitute the values. Here it is outcomes favorable to E1 is 2 and possible outcome is 6. So 2 by 6, which is equal to 1 by 3. Right. Now the second part of the question is getting D. So again just look at the letters. How many D's we have here? We have only one D. So we have only one D. So let E2 be the event of getting D. Number of outcomes favorable to E2 is equal to 1. So probability of E2 is nothing but probability of getting D, which is nothing but number of outcomes favorable to E2 divided by number of possible outcomes. So outcomes favorable to E2 is 1 because we have only one D. Therefore 1 divided by number of possible outcomes are 6 because we have totally 6 faces in a die and we have 6 letters. So here the probability ratio is 1 by 6. So that's all. If you have any doubt, let me know in the comment section. Thank you.